Hey folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacy stream. Today we're going to be playing with Skullclamp MTG's Hogaak deck. Specifically, we are a Jund version, so you're not going to see any like crab milling here or anything like that. What you are going to see though is anger. Um, I don't know if this is cute or if it is good, but if you mill over an anger while you are, doing your thing and you get to attack with an 8/8 Hogaak or maybe a bunch of zombies as well, you don't give your opponent another turn, which I think is super cool. So if you're not familiar with how this deck generally works, this is a somewhat zombie themed deck. You have grave crawlers and putrid imps and Stitcher's supplier, which kind of synergize with each other. Ultimately, your goal is to put some creatures into play, create a Hogaak, and then Altar of Dementia. You want to sacrifice the Hogaak and mill yourself. And the goal is that you hit a bridge from below or two, so that you're producing at least two creatures when you go and mill yourself off of the Hogaak. You can then continue this loop, building up more and more creatures, eventually bringing in some Vengevines, or just creating enough zombies that you outright kill your opponent in a single turn. The thing is, though, this isn't an all-in combo deck. Like, you can just grind. You can play Gravecrawlers and Bloodghast and attack for 2 repeatedly, make your opponent use removal spells on those, and play a mid-range game just as well as you can play a combo game. And for this reason, a lot of times the fair blue decks tend to have trouble with Hogaak. There's a decent amount of recursion and inevitability, plus some things that are really difficult to deal with in Game 1 scenarios, like Bridge from Below and Hogaak repeatedly coming back. The sideboard is relatively unexciting, it's just a pile of good cards. The spicy one in the sideboard is most certainly the Dark Blast, which, while it's not really a great card in a vacuum, when it is good, oh boy, is it going to be good. I don't really have too much to say about an extended deck tech here. So folks who are watching on the YouTube end, I hope you'll enjoy this, and please consider throwing me a like or a comment at some point. That sort of stuff really helps out with the algorithm and whatnot, and we have to keep it happy. Hey, quick PSA from Phil from the future after this league is recording. At some point in this league, I mute my microphone for just a second to sneeze, and I forget to unmute it for like 30 seconds or a minute. I just want to give you the heads up so you don't freak out and think that your audio stopped working. All right, I hope you enjoy. All right, while I don't necessarily consider this hand ideal, I am going to keep it. In Vintage, I consider Stitcher's Supplier to basically be a Black Lotus, and while it's a little bit less powerful here, that card is damn good. Now these sweet arts are online. I might have to pick up a set of some of the old art staples just so I can always use them, because I adore them. Against Volcanic Island, do I just want to play Putrid Imp? I can play Putrid Imp to double discard Bloodghast, and then my turn 2 has the potential to be very good. I think I'm okay with that. That's what I didn't want to see. Maybe they'll just tap 2 lands. Nope. Alright. Nathan, thank you very much for your continued support. Putrid Imp block. Putrid Imp can block. Missing out on this land drop is a little awkward. I think I am in very good shape if I draw a land, though. Like, yeah, it looks real bad right now, but I think if I get a land within my next 2 draw steps, I will be okay. Oh, it's Grixis Delver. Rug is so much more popular right now. Or Uro is a thing. I don't know if you've heard. It's pretty good. I've been doing a little theory crafting on the side. Can't get a break here, huh? Um, been doing a little theory crafting on the side as far as like some of the Chalice decks go. I think a lot of the Chalice decks that are currently playing ley lines are supposed to go. This is interesting timing. Do I want to discard more things? No, not really. This is fine. Now I'm starting to get nervous. Yeah, so historically, if you're playing a Chalice of the Void deck, Leyline is the go-to graveyard hate that you want to be playing because it gives you the bridge between turn 0 and turn 2, where you can very consistently play something like a Chalice or a Trinisphere to help slow down the opposing combo deck. This is a Gurmag Angler. Oh, a Painful Truths. JK. But now I think it's more important to have something that's very good against Uro. So I've played a couple of Chalice decks recently that have been playing Relic over Ley Lines, and I've been super happy with it. I don't need much here. Like, I can probably cast a Faithless Looting or a Stitcher Supplier and then, like, make a Hogaak, and life will still maybe be okay. Um, a little sad to lose game 1 like this. Oh, I'm sorry. I muted myself when I sneezed and missed it. Thank you, Kez. I very much appreciate that. In that case, Laboom, thank you very much for following, in case I was muted when that happened. Um, Maybe just pull a Cabal Therapy. There we go. This hand is fine. It's better if I play Faithless Looting on one. I think I am going to play Faithless Looting on one, hope not to get Wastelanded. No, it was me. Streamer did a dumb. Playing Faithless Looting on one is also more likely to find me the land that I need. Oh yeah, we are trying to gack some fools. We just got Delvered in game one. Just can't seem to get that land. Multiple bridges and a Vengevine there. Very happy to see that stuff. With another land, I just get to go like Putrid Amp Carrion Feeder, do the thing. My opponent has paused here. I wonder if they have Surgical. Surgicaling either bridge from the below or Hogaak here would be quite good. Oh, cool. It just happens. My graveyard's so good. They just like gave me 2 zombies for Hogaak. I think I play Hogaak around days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is fine. Fine. Just get some graveyard-based value, recast this Gravecrawler. Or I can put the Carrion Feeder into play, which can represent 2 more zombies. Let's take the value. Yeah, I mean, this deck has like a spicy one of anger, and otherwise it's normal. I think I'm good with that, seeing as I have like 4, 8, 9, 10 power in play already. Oh, geez. It's a nuisance. My opponent has one card. Do I want to go for Altar of Dementia-based shenanigans? I think I do. Okay. I have 2 Bridge from Belows remaining. How do I want to play this? I think that's pretty free. I think I just want to keep going. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. There's the Hogaak. So I think with the Hogaak in play, I'm just going to pass the turn and call it good. I've already lost 2 Bridge from Belows. I think I'm good here. Like, I could keep going, but I hit a failure rate some portion of the time. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of feel like I'm good. I'm just going to Abrupt Decay the Young Pyromancer. I think I can just play this one plenty patiently. I have 2 Bloodghasts and a Gravecrawler in the yard. I have an Altar of Dementia that can give me a lot of fuel. And next turn, I'll also just cast 2 spells and bring back the Vengevine. Yeah, see, that's closer to how we want this to go. Now that I've seen Gurmag Angler, do I want the Assassin's Trophy as just another out to one of their creatures? A little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. The Dark Blast becomes more interesting, too. Like, if Dark Blast hits Young Pyromancer and Delver, is that enough? Maybe that's enough. Not 100% sure. This hand has mana. This hand doesn't really have a plan. Cast a Putrid Imp, it's not particularly good. I guess if I draw another 1-drop, I can go like Putrid Imp plus 1-drop on turn 2, return Vengevine. And then that's not crazy. Let's try to find something a little more objectively powerful. Yeah, this is fine. Let's put 1 Bloodghast back in the deck and keep our lands. Let's not fetch into that. I don't really like drawing another Hogaak there. Yeah, this is game 3. Game 1, we just didn't really do anything, unfortunately. Got wastelanded once and then died. Well, there's another Hogaak in the graveyard, and I'm very glad that the top of the library got cleared, because the top of my library was not good. Dark Blast. Not Dark Blast. Oh my god, Hogaak just hit play? How? How did that just happen? I am amazed. Rude. So, you're an avatar, you're not a zombie. I mean, I guess I just smack my opponent for a very large amount. I think this trade is fine. Wow, no block. Just taking it to the dome. I guess technically I should have played Bloodghast, allowed my opponent to daze it, and then kept this land in hand. I'm not sure what that says about my opponent's hand, that they're just, like, willing to take 8 to the dome there. I thought for sure that was going to be a trade. Slightly awkward that I can hardcast the Vengevine, but then it makes my Bloodcast worse. I think that's fine. Okay. We won't hardcast it then. Well, my Hogaak got basically an order of magnitude more damage than I was expecting it to get in. So that's the good news. Bad news is I don't have a zombie to start returning my grave crawlers. That's one of the big things that I just need right now. That was a top. Oh, Grafdigger's Cage. I was more planning for surgicals than anything else here. All right. I think I want to cast Stitcher's Supplier. I don't think this 4-3 matters this game. I think being able to hard cast Hogaaks is what matters. The bridge from below. That's definitely worth something. Play Hogaak around days, I think. I think unless my opponent has Force of Will, I probably just trample over and kill my opponent next turn. Wait, hold on. Why do my opponent's elementals have trample? Interesting. Just Modo things. Okay. We took that one home despite making some mistakes in that one. And muting my microphone for a minute. My kingdom for a discard outlet with this hand, because triple Bloodghast is pretty gross. But I don't really think that this hand does anything. I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan it. I'll keep this and we'll just throw back one fetch land. Skull Clamp, I believe the list you submitted also had a Mindbreak trap in the sideboard that I subbed for a Thoughtseize. Muffin, White Faces, Callum Smith played a deck that was doing that sort of thing with Monastery Mentor to some degree of success. So I imagine that that sort of thing with Young Pyromancer would be up his alley as well. Oh, oh, double Vengevine and Anger in the graveyard. Oh, I have to control a mountain. What a ripoff. No, Skullclamp, like, the list you submitted was good. Like, I looked over it, I made 3 swaps, and that was it. Any one-drop creature. Oh? And I think I can wait on this for a turn cycle. I'm not even going to attack my opponent, we'll just tap the Maze of Ith. I'll leave myself with some options here. Fuck. Actually, I'm glad it's gone now. But my dream, though. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I just rebuilt that deck with the changes you wanted. All right. I will potentially miss 1 point of damage for doing it like this. But there's some huge upsides. Oh, hello, Gravecrawler. Hello, Hogaak? Yes. Sure, yeah, it sure does feel like things are good. How do I play this? I think I just alter myself here. Take the 2. Yeah, okay. That makes things very easy. One, two, three, 4. Oh, I have to get rid of the bridge from below if I want to do this. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll find another. All right, so I found a bridge from below to just do it all next turn. Yeah. Muffin. Yeah, I did need to fetch there. I didn't do that math until afterwards. If I fetched there, I just like guaranteed got to go off. Well, not guaranteed, but very likely got to just go off. If my YouTube channel is any indication, like There's a lot of jank to be played in Legacy. The card pool's so large. Um, what do I want to do against lands? Oh, right, I did have 2 creatures in play. Yeah, rebuying the Hogaak should do it in there. I guess I'll play Leylines. Maybe like the graveyard doesn't matter to me. Like I care about crop rotation for Bojuka Bog, and I care about them making 2020s. Like I see myself wanting to maybe cut Anger, Therapy. Actually, maybe I don't want to cut Anger. Maybe giving my opponent a turn sometimes results in me getting smacked for 20. Maybe we'll leave that in there. I have no idea how I'm supposed to sideboard. I feel like Leyline is eh. I feel like Force of Vigor is eh. I feel like Assassin's Trophy is eh, because I don't want to hold up that amount of mana. Thoughtseize seems slow. Yeah, if I want to be thinking about Sphere of Resistance, I can play a Force of Vigor or two. Maybe I'll play 2 of these. I just don't think I get to, like, Assassin's Trophy and blow up the land that I want to enough of the time. Yeah, I 3-2 or better with a lot of real questionable things. Generally speaking, Legacy is a format where as long as you're doing something that's powerful, you can play whatever you want. It doesn't always mean that your deck is the best or that you can realistically win every matchup, but if you have a strategy that you like, you can do fine playing it. I trimmed 2 therapies. Yeah, at least when the format is healthy, the difference between decks is pretty small. I think I just straight up got a bad read on what my opponent was doing. I don't think there are lands at all. This is looking more like Nick Fit-esque than anything else. Huh. Alright. I think our opponent has like a 1 of crop rotation in the main deck for like a Bojuka Bog and a Phyrexian Tower and maybe a Caracas. And I took that to mean they were lands because we killed them. One, two, three, four. This will be land 5. I can fetch, play Bloodghast, and then play Hogaak. No, my opponent didn't play a Phyrexian tower. I was pontificating about what the fuck might be going on the other side of the table. And given like Hex Drinker and Miri's Guile, I think I just called my opponent's deck wrong. Yeah, you've got a 4/4. I have an 8/8. Go to combat first, whack my opponent for with everything. Actually, maybe play Altar of Dementia. Now I'll attack the opponent with everything. So, gonna be the Caracas I got the read on? Is. Target me. Sacrifice Hogaak. Oh, there's a bridge from below. And a Gravecrawler. Let's see if this is enough to get the Tormod's Crypt out of play. It is. That's... we hit a new Hogaak. That's awesome. Let's go. A bridge from below and a Hogaak. A creature would be awesome. That's not quite what I wanted, but okay. Maybe I was a little too aggressive with trying to find Bloodghasts off that Altar of Dementia there. I think that was a bad use of a surgical. I think my opponent could have waited until my draw step there very safely. They also have Caracas, so the Hogaak isn't overly threatening itself at this time. Unfortunately, I'm a little on empty here. I think my opponent has an Abrupt Decay, since they didn't just keep pouring counters into Hex Drinker there. My opponent is on the better side of the clock here. Like, they're gonna have a 6/6 protection from everything and kill me in 2 turns. That's not the end of the world. But it's pretty bad. I am a little confused about my opponent's deck. Crop rotation, Mirror Guiles, Mother of Runes, Hex Drinkers. Maybe a Green Sun package. Nick Fit seems less likely seeing Mother of Runes. Alright. I think I'm less on board with these Force of Vigors than I thought I was. I kind of want a couple of Thought Seizes on the play to help preemptively deal with crop rotation. Something like Maverick. Yeah, maybe something like Maverick. But there's red in there too, Muffin. So there's that. I don't know if I don't know. Like, decays might be okay. Crop rotation's a little weird for Maverick. Keep. Not blue mid-range. I'm gonna play Stitcher Supplier on turn 1. I think I just have to take the graveyard hate here. A bridge from below and a Hogaak. Nice. So I can get Hogaak next turn. Oh yeah, the Aethersworn Canonist kept me from doing just absolutely disgusting things. Like, I would have produced a Hogaak and a Vengevine and a handful of zombies, and maybe just won the game on the spot. They're thinking about something. A Sylvan Library. That's fine. I want to get cute. I don't think I want to get cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All this stuff in the middle here can go safely. Maybe I want this in play first. Alright. I produced a Hogaak. Good luck, opponent. Okay. So you can like Green Sun for a Scavenging Ooze, that's fine. I still have an 8/8 in play. There's one creature in graveyards. Okay. That's totally fine. Do you know this tramples? See, that's your game. Just want to get rid of my bridge from below. And if I knew my opponent was going to block like that, I would have attacked differently. I will be keeping this hand. Yes, Ruby Storm is a great example of just a fun legacy deck. I think I just want to Faithless Looting this turn. Get Badlands, Faithless Looting, pitch Bloodghast and Vengevine, return Bloodghast next turn, then go Gravecrawler, Stitcher Supplier, get a 4/3. Don't stifle me, bro. I said don't stifle me. You can't stifle me. It's the law. Fuck. Hello and welcome. Well, that's awfully rude. Ah! Fuck me, I guess. All right. Uh. Jeez. All right, there's a Bloodghast and a bridge from below in there. We can work with this. We can work with this. No, fuck that. I'm trying to win. Thias over there walked in, shat all over my lands. I'm not going to take that sitting down. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, yes. Hogaak around days by fetching first. believe just ignoring this Faithless Looting in my hand. So, who was who was talking about conceding a minute ago? Which one of you was it? Which one? To be fair, I did not expect that we would be in this game after getting double stifled on our first two lands. To be fair, of like the 50 people here right now, I wouldn't be surprised if like 40 were like, yep, that's it, game, let's go. Things went absurdly well for me in that last turn cycle. Oh, just going at me, huh? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, even if Vengevine gets lightning bolted. I think we're just good. Yep. Could have left Putrid Imp back to better play around this situation. But I didn't. So now I die to a spell. Damn. I mentally went, there's not a removal spell that kills Hogaak here. And that was true. But there was one that bounced it. Yeah, so I should have attacked all but Putrid Imp. And then I'm more likely to make it through that turn cycle. Yeah, I didn't expect to be in the game that much, like, unquestionably. Dark Blast? Dark Blast's timing is a little restrictive. We recorded our most recent one on Tuesday. I think it'll be out on Thursday or Friday. It's the Eternal Glory podcast. So it's me and Bryant Cook and Brian Koval. Everyone always wants more content. I did go on like a recording rampage this week. So there's a lot of stuff coming to the YouTubes. I've got everything for this week up and recorded. And by the time the weekend's done, I will have everything up for next week as well. Future Dimp. Discard Vengevine. No. Probably Faithless Looting, hope not to get Wastelanded. Yeah. There's a reason why I'm always asking people to like my videos on YouTube. It's not because I'm vain and I care about like the number of likes. It's because the algorithm cares about those things just so much. And once you get yourself like injected well into the algorithm, more random people come across your content. And then like the content that I'm making finds its way to the people that want to be watching it. And that's really cool. Like I hate all the clickbaity bullshit with a passion, but like it's the game. Oh, I don't mind this stuff at all. Let's go Vengevine and Gravecrawler and keep the Hogaak in hand. Yeah, I fought playing the game for a long time. And then I got like 500 views on all my videos. And then I started playing the game, and now I get 4,000 on my videos. So, you know, it is what it is. If Putrid Imp resolves, I'll just cast the Gravecrawler. Oh, good. Carrion Feeder is the one I wanted anyway. Now, notably, if I had fetched this turn, I could Hogaak this turn, but I did not want to fetch because I did not want to get stifled in this turn cycle, because it would suck. Roughly how much money does a content creator get per view? A fraction of a penny. I think I just want to be attacking here. Like, I can gack. I don't know that it's correct to versus just, like, build up a board. I guess I could have sacked the Vengevine in there for free. It would have come back on casting the second trigger. revive them? I could also just cast Gak now. Maybe this is a fine point to just do this. I don't really care about the Vengevine all that much, since I have another. Yeah. Hogaak. Hey, JV, welcome. Yeah, as far as the content creator stuff goes, a lot of us are propped up by doing things like the donation deck lists or by sponsors who help offset a lot of our costs. So, for example, I'm sponsored by Card Hoarder, and that's why I can borrow all of the cards and play these sweet decks. It is no exaggeration to say that I literally could not afford to be doing what I was doing if not for them. Like, I have a $500 loan account. Every time I want to borrow $500 worth of cards, they're just like, yep, there you go, no questions asked. Cardboard Live sponsored me for a long time as well, although they recently dropped most or all of their support of streamers just for business-related reasons. And that support means a lot. For any budding content creators out there, it takes a long time before you really start to break even or, really end up ahead in terms of Magic finances. It feels good when you get there, but uh, there's a lot of trial and error and initial costs. You know, I mean, happy to see that. I don't really have a lot going on right now, so my opponent using some resources on Altar of Dementia is good for me. I don't need this many Hogaaks. I guess I should fetch around Stifle. Makes Future Bloodghast slightly worse, but I think I'm just gonna die for drawing too many Hogaaks. No, I haven't found an Andy. I want to. It just has not hit the priority list. Monster Train is a strategy game. Very similar to Slay the Spire, if you've played that before. Do I alter myself here? I think there's a very good chance that I just end up dead if I don't go for something big here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. The bridge. You have to pay the costs all at the same time. Well, okay, that's not quite true. You have to pay costs in the same part of casting the spell that lets you pay costs, but you can pay costs in any order. Could have gone deeper. Could have hit Gravecrawler last turn and returned Vengevine. But if I missed, it was real bad. Abrupt Decay. And that's very good. It buys me one turn, but then my opponent casts Brazen Borrower. God, this also gets rid of my bridges. Eh. Yeah, I made Monster Train content for, I think, a couple of months. But it just never took off in terms of analytics. Um, like, that was a very fun game that had very high level strategy play. But, like, I was getting, 50 to 100 views on those videos. And a lot of times the other, like, very high level Monster Train player, Narninian, uh, yeah, I can do stuff. Anyway, they were maybe getting like 20 or fewer views on their videos as well. So like the audience just was not there for that game, unfortunately. Anger in the sideboard right now. Anger is in the sideboard right now. Yep. I mean, we'll start trying to figure this out. Want to stifle me here? Fuck. All right. I choose me. Yeah, I don't know where we're going now, but I'm going to kill all my own creatures before this game ends. Oh, hold on. They don't have a third mana for fucking Brazen Borrower right now. Oh, baby. This lag from my opponent conceding? No. Okay. So now I can just do this again, right? I choose me. I sacrifice the Hogaak. All right. Get a Hogaak. I go 1, 2. So I might just die to Bolt next turn. But if I don't... I'm lagging a little bit. I need to restart this client. One, two, three, four, five. Come on, Moto. Well, they might have a Ponder or something. Sorry, this lag is bad. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 zombies. I don't think I get to mill them out. I'm gonna just Hogaak myself one more time. And then that should very easily be lethal next turn. Even if Hogaak gets bounced by another Brazen Borrower. Alright. Unless I can just double Hogaak them. So I have 8, 16, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Yeah, they're dead. I really don't appreciate this Moto slowdown. Target you. Sacrifice Hogaak. We recorded Tuesday, so it'll be out later this week. I'm one of the hosts of the Eternal Glory podcast. No, I suppose there should be, though. Bonus milling. Alright. So, Unreal. I apologize for lagging. Also top decking you. GG. Nice top decks for poor plays. If you are this person, go fuck yourself. Like, we had a great game of Magic. It was very interesting. And then that person ruins it at the end by just like salting off in chat and being a jerk. Like, we can be better than that as a community. Like, come on. This is a decisively meh opening hand. It doesn't really do anything quite yet, but it could do things. I am leaning towards Mulligan on this one, especially since I'm on the play. Like, a more aggressive hand than this is neat. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this one. I think we can get a 6 of about the same quality. This is better. It's not better yet, but it will be. My opponent's gone to 4 cards. We might just be getting oopsed or something here. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. A good name from the opponent. So I just need another 1-drop so that I can cast and get a bajillion power into play. The worst thing would be if my opponent is actually just like blue-black reanimator and they just like fucking reanimate my Hogaak here. Okay, it looks like we're playing a Hogaak mirror. In which case, I think I am quite favored. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so now we're about to play the game of like, who gets screwed by Leyline of the Void? Comrade, we must cast the Hogaak and seize the means of production. Blue gives them Hedron Crab so they can self-mill. Alright, so I want these. And I probably want these. I don't think I want the angers and the therapies. But 7 is so many cards. Hillcore, will you remind me at just some slow point once I'm done sideboarding, and I will answer that question. Oh yeah, I guess Bridge is less good than normal. Because, like, of the carrion feeders and Altar of Dementias. Okay, yeah, I buy that. Um, eh? I mean, I have a very realistic feel for how good Opposition Agent is, right? The ceiling is incredibly high. The ceiling is like you're playing the Nick Fit mirror and you play Opposition Agent and like the other person is dead immediately. And the floor is you have a 3/2 flash that's slow instead of another relevant card in your deck. This is a fine hand that will lose to a Leyline of the Void. This is a worse hand that does not lose to Leyline of the Void. Yeah, my opponent's hand is better than mine. I don't need to cast Force of Vigor turn 1. I think I'm okay with losing one card in order to maybe be able to get an altar on turn 2. I think I'm fine with that. Oh, so someone asked about upcoming content. I did a Storm deck for the channel today. There's a Phoenix deck coming soon. TES with Bryant coming soon. Eh. There's Blue-White Vial coming soon. There's a green-red Chandra, Torch of Defiance / Awakened Inferno deck. There's the mono red Basuda deck. I've recorded with a lot of things already. Alright, I think my opponent came out ahead here. They ended up with the Hogaak and the Vengevine first. I think unless my hand is just like an absolute banger this turn. I'm just dead here. Like, I kept something that beat a ley line, and then I just didn't do enough. Yep. Uplift Nick, thank you very much for following. Yeah, there's some ridiculous games incoming to the channel. I kind of think I want to trim these and bring the Bloodghasts back in on the play. No one's looking forward to the lockdown. Good legacy content, though. Everyone looks forward to that. This is a really good hand. I'm going to keep this. Like, if my opponent ley lines, my opponent ley lines, and if they don't, this hand is insane. I just go Faithless Looting on 1, discard Vengevine and Bridge, and then I have return creatures on 2. Alright. Well, that sucks. I think this hand is just, like, too good to possibly play around the ley line, though. Alright. I mean, let's sculpt a new plan. Yikes. Yeah, I think when the whole coronavirus thing blows over and we're back to normal, or as close to normal as we'll get again, people will be able to look back and say, this was the positive of that time. Yep, so there's my opponent, very aware that Force of Vigor is like one of the things that matters. Alright, shitty beat down it is. God, this hand would have been so good if they didn't have the ley line. So good. That thing's also just an O2 that blocks one of my creatures. Not great. Oh, that's good. I can loot away this Vengevine and try to turn it into a land. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they mulligan, but I had already, like, I was on the play, right? So I make my decision to keep before I know whether or not they are just going to mulligan into oblivion. Mr. Dorkfish, I've got a couple of fun Stompy builds coming to the channel in the next week or so. Unfortunately here, my opponent already has a Hogaak in graveyard. Yeah, so now my opponent gets the Hogaak and I can't do anything about it. Oh, well, hello, and nice to catch you live for a change. Oh yeah, like, until I played Paper Legacy for Webcam Magic for the Pit, I didn't have, like, the stuff for Death and Taxes that was, like, recent. Dead. Feels like I'm dead here. All right, let's toss in the towel and get to the next match. All right, I've kept a pretty objectively powerful hand that is a little soft to a wasteland. I'm going to lead on Faithless Looting here because it allows me to dig towards that second land while also promoting my game plan. Vengevine can go and Bloodghast can go here. And turn 2 should look pretty sexy. We'll Stitcher Supplier first to see if I can hit another Bloodghast. We did not. We'll go ahead and fetch here. Grab a Bayou. Play another Stitcher Supplier, just kind of push that graveyard axis a little bit further here. And unless our opponent is a combo deck, we've probably just got enough power to win through just about anything fair here. Ooh, a Cabal Therapy? You can even try to figure out like what deck my opponent is playing as well. Nice. Will my opponent concede here? Alright, so they are a Reanimator deck. I'll probably just name Animate Dead. Getting a Leshnorn. Okay, that's fine. Oh, the triple! Opponent can still exhume that. Do I want the Vengevine? Or do I just want another Stitcher supplier to work towards something broken? I think I just want the Vengevine. I can still just keep safely attacking, which is really weird. That usually doesn't happen after your opponent reanimates. Yeah, so I think I'll hold all these cards for the Faithless Looting that's in my graveyard. Just battle. I'll add a turn. The Bloodghasts have haste. But Aleshnorn is a thing. I have said always yes to this. So my opponent will block the Vengevine again, in all likelihood. No, they're going to leave it in play this time. Okay, that's fine. Like, I'll kill my opponent in 3 turns like this. Or I can just cast Gravecrawler plus some other creature. And then return multiple Vengevines. My opponent entombed for Faithless Looting there. Oh, they had multiple Grizzlebrands in hand. Nice. Oh wait, yeah, I could have just played Gravecrawler. Like, it dies, I play it again. No, no, I can't. I don't have a zombie. Yeah, neither one of those is a zombie. And yes, I think we're gonna mull to Leyline here. I think that's fair. Um, I think I play Thoughtseize. All right, so like I probably don't want anger. Um, I feel like I don't want a lot of those. Like I can kill my opponent with anything if they're not killing me. Like if I get a Hogaak in play, that's real good. I don't think I need anything beyond that. Most games. I think I'm gonna cut all my Altar of Dementias. I want to bring in 8 cards. I don't want to cut 1-drops. I don't want to cut Vengevines. Maybe that means Bloodghast is next. Do something like that. This is okay. But I don't think I want okay. I think I want superb. Yeah, my opponent will bring in Leyline, but I don't care. Like, they play a Leyline, I play a 2-1 that attacks them. I really want a Leyline hand on the draw. Really want a Leyline hand on the draw. Hold on. No. Alright, Leylines are in my deck. Alright, there's one. That's way deeper than I wanted to mulligan for a Leyline. Way deeper. Oh yeah, cards got expensive. Ah! Joke's on you, I have nothing. What do you have? I will take your Assassin's Trophy. Yes. That worked out well. Yeah, like, now I need to present pressure, right? That's something that I'm not doing right now. Alright, there's an Entomb that's gone. Like this is not the ideal way to, face down Reanimator. You want to keep like a reasonable 5 or 6 card hand that has a ley line and also does something else. Otherwise your opponent just finds time to get out of this sort of situation. Hold 'em? I think hold 'em. I can still play a land to play a Vengevine if I draw one. Fuck me. Alright. I can only discard 2 to a Faithless Looting, so I guess that's fine. Yeah, I mean, this is why you need to also be presenting pressure, right? Like, I mulliganed to a ley line, and, like, then I had nothing to follow it up with. I believe I am dead. I'm not going to concede yet, though. Yeah, so, like, we kept land, ley line, and then drew 4 lands in a row. Like, that's okay. That happens. I figured it was more valuable to keep land than it was to keep land 1-drop. And I don't regret that. I can also just, like, spike a Stitcher Supplier and... Alright. Alright. Next game. Message received. I don't think I'll change my sideboarding here. This hand doesn't actually do anything. God damn it. Why? Why? I'm not keeping this. This hand is atrocious. Bill, why didn't you 4-1 the league? It was out of my hands. It was just out of my hands. What the fuck, deck? That's a really tilting way to end a league. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. Like, I mean, I kept it, but I'm keeping this hand on the hopes that my opponent just can't go off and they've kept, like, a Reverent Silence or something that's not actually relevant. I am going to assume that I'm just going to draw lands given last game and just make the play that lets me cast Gravecrawler the largest amount of times. I've heard that if you spend more mana in a game, you frequently win the game. So let's do that. I think I sacrificed the Gravecrawler again, because if my opponent fetches, the Bloodghast has haste next turn. Please just, like, don't have it. Damn. This is actually kind of funny, though, right? Because Grizzlebrand does not have 7 power anymore. Hmm. That puts opponent to 9. 9 is dead. Swear to God, if I win this game on a mole to 3 by just repeatedly playing Gravecrawler and sacrificing it to Carrion Feeder. God, no! Oh, holy shit, my opponent's dead to Bloodghast. As of right now. They have to spike another creature or they die to a hasty Bloodghast. Please? Please? Oh! They have so many hits. Basically everything other than Reanimate does it. They're Cabal therapying me for the Bloodghast. Land would have been real cool there. This is okay. Flashback Faithless looting. Damn it. There you are, you fucking traitor. Oh wait, did I have Carrion Feeder? If that was Carrion Feeder, I could have kept a 1-1 in play, right? That Gravecrawler, Gravecrawler. No, I had Gravecrawler, Gravecrawler there, not... Okay. I'm gonna put that in play. I almost got to win on a mold of 3. That's a bit of a disappointing loss. Overall thoughts on the deck list? Deck list was pretty good. The anger's really awkward. There were a couple of times like where it had the potential to do things, but I sideboarded it out so it didn't do things. I don't know that the anger should be in the main deck over like say Cabal Therapy number 3. But it was definitely worth testing. And like there are games where like having access to the anger definitely does something, but I haven't played enough to know like the heuristics of like when the anger is and isn't good. Like that's something that I just don't know yet. Um I feel like the sideboard was reasonable. Like I had access to the things that I wanted to have access to. I could see playing a third Abrupt Decay over the Dark Blast. I don't have too much to say about this one. The deck's powerful. There's a lot of tight lines that I didn't see until just a fraction of a second too late, or that I missed until a little bit later. This is definitely the sort of deck where, like, if you want to be playing this, get your reps in, because, like, there's little things that you can be doing right if you have the reps in to see them, and I don't have that many reps in with this game. For folks who watch on the YouTube end, I hope you enjoyed this. If you made it this far, please consider liking or subscribing to the channel if you aren't already, and have a great rest of the day.